Well, we've now been here for just about 5 years, and we're quite happy with how the project is going. You know, our mission statement is first of all to treat as many people as possible, and with 15 clinics and with quite a few volunteers, we're feeling we're really achieving that. We have treated thousands and thousands of patients. We can't count anymore. And that is usually the best part of the project, to see the fantastic results, to see people getting better both on the symptoms and on the blood count. It's really heartwarming, and that's what keeps us here and keeps us going over here.
The project is going really well at the moment. It feels like we've gone through a big set of hurdles and we've moved forward in more ways than one. One fantastic thing is that we have a lot of volunteers in at the moment, which really helps us on the ground level to keep all our 15 clinics up and running, which is no mean defeat. It's a lot of work per week. We pack up that car, every day to go to a different place. In some days we go to 2 different places. And to make things even better, we have one graduating homeopath, Irene, coming back in October, who's been studying in Kenya for the last 3 years, which is very exciting. She'll be on our team. She'll be a qualified homeopath working, a Tanzanian homeopath working on the project. And that's really fabulous for us. And especially since we've got all these volunteers from Ireland, from New Zealand, from America, who can help and train her to become even better, and to help and train patients, who is also a graduate from the Kenyan school and who is our administrator and a homeopath working on ground. So it feels like the team is really coming together. We have a wonderful team of people working on the project, and we are really consolidating and moving forward. Another aspect where we are doing the same thing is in teaching homeopathy all across Africa. And this is another thing that where the volunteers are going to be helpful. We're sending them across to Malawi, to Uganda, to Kenya, to teach homeopathy on a first aid level.
I've just visited Mombasa on the south coast of Kenya to teach in a fabulous school called Homeopathy for Kenya. They there are running a full residential program which lasts 3 years. They have over 50 homeopathic students. And Irene was also one of those graduating students. So 15 of her colleagues graduated at the same time. And Irene, it was fantastic to see you graduate.
It was very lovely. It was the time I waited for long, like 3 years ago. I was just imagining the day I'll finish my course and become a homeopath. So I can say it's one of my dreams to be a homeopath became true. I'm very happy when I came back after Jeremy and Camilla received me warmly and welcomed me. I felt good, and the most part of it, they are very proud of me. They keep telling me that they'll be there for me, they'll assist me and get to learn more and be a good homeopath and assist my community.
We've just been in Mazimba in Malawi, where we did an introductory to homeopathy course for 2 weeks with about 26 students, ranging from nurses to young students just out of school. The course went really, really well. They were very, very interested, very, very dedicated group of students. Over the 2 weeks, we covered the full course, and the results were remarkable. Very, very good group of students.
By the end of the 2 weeks, the whole town was buzzing. I went up on the last day with the exam and found a crowd at the room we'd been using, and used to skulking in by the back door as a homeopath. I presumed that we weren't going to be able to use the room, that something else was going on. But it turned out that one of the big guys from the hospital had come down and got the room cleared and set up for the exam. And he'd set up another room for us to use as to see patients, and the crowd waiting were patients waiting to see us. That's it. Everyone in the town, as when we were walking back from the hospital, everybody knew us. They had all heard about homeopathy.
Yeah, there was somebody who stopped me on the street in the last day and asked me, could I teach him about homeopathy? He heard there was people to teach people, and it was just talk of the town.
One of the things that we're very excited about is the improvement in the level of data collection. Over the last year, we have organized that to a much more efficient degree, and we are now collecting data on hundreds of cases. We are measuring the CD4 long term, we are measuring the weight, we are looking at the improvement in symptoms, so that we have a body of data that we can then present to the world and show what is possible with classical homeopathy and HIV/AIDS and other diseases as well.
The results with AIDS are better than with any other disease we treat. I can say that absolutely confidently. It sounds insane, but it's the truth. It's harder to treat chronic back pain than it is for us to treat AIDS. And I don't know, we're experts at it. If we don't get results, we are surprised. If somebody comes back and they're not better, we're surprised. We don't understand what's happening because we really know this epidemic in and out. We have about 20 remedies that we use for it, and what can I say? It's magnificent. The results are amazing. And where we see it, the first things that get better are the appetite. The appetite comes back. If you don't eat, you die no matter what your diagnosis is. It can be stomach ulcers, and if you don't eat, it's no good. So this is really, really fantastic. And the appetite coming back, the energy coming back, the sleep being good. You know, people come back and they say, before I couldn't carry any water, now I can carry to KCMC and back, I can have 20 liters on my head, I can work again. People go back to work, which means that they can feed their families again. They can make money. They can feed their children. They can put them to school. This is the most important thing, is ability to work, to eat, and to sleep.
So myself and two of our volunteers have just come back from working at a hospital in southeast Tanzania. We were invited to treat post-abdominal surgery situations. People have heard about homeopathy, and doctors and hospitals are asking us to help with certain conditions. We've had amazing results with post-operative patients, where usually they would stay in bed with low mobility and a lot of pain for up to a week. But with homeopathy, before and after the operation, we find that they are already up and about in a day or two, smiling, happy, and much less pain. We have found that homeopathy works better when given before and after the operation, which is useful for us homeopaths to know, but really the doctors are extremely enthusiastic and the patients are very, very happy with how well and quickly they are recovering from cesareans, laparotomies, and hysterectomies, and a variety of other operations.
We are very lucky in that we have a lot of people following our project. We have a lot of people at home, on Facebook, going to Jeremy's seminars and lectures all over the world who really feel that this project is theirs as much as it is ours, and who really want to contribute, and who are contributing, and who are following us and giving us thumbs up on Facebook, and it's really heartwarming to have that, and it really gives me personally, Jeremy doesn't do Facebook, but me it gives a lot of strength and happiness to know that there are other people who are in it with us, and it makes a big difference, because sometimes it gets a bit lonely, and it gets a bit we get a bit down in the dumps with all the difficulties that we face, from cars breaking down continuously. Tanzania is not a cheap place to live, so money is always tight. We're running the project on a shoestring. Jeremy works very hard, traveling all over the world, bringing all that money back in so that we can put it into the project, and we're very grateful for all the donations that we are getting. A lot of people are catching on to our mission of trying to get all homeopaths to donate us $5 a month on a regular basis. If we had that, we'd be laughing and we could do everything we ever wanted to do. One thing that we do with the project that was never our intention to do is to distribute second-hand eyeglasses to our patients. It's the single one most happiest moment that people have when they receive these glasses, because it changes their life completely. You know, suddenly you can go back to your work. Suddenly you can dial your mobile phone, you can read your text messages, you can have a life, you can do things. And it's a huge, huge improvement in somebody's quality of life. What you can do from home, apart from supporting us, of course, with donations, is to dig out those glasses and get them to Liz or get them to a HHA ambassador near you, and they will send them over to us. And it's a really wonderful gift that will change so many lives.
Often we come across patients, AIDS patients, and their kids who have no chance in life and who have no education or no possibility for a career. They live in a small village far, far away, and there's no way out of the poverty trap. And when we identify one such person, then we try to help them to generate an income for their family. For instance, one story, Michael, a son of one of my long-term patients who's done very, very well on homeopathy and is much better, but food is a problem. He's a 22-year-old young man, very clever and talented. We sponsored him to go to a one-year course in hotel management. He's just graduated. I was there. It was a wonderful event. And now he can bring some money to sustain and to feed his whole family.
Yeah, my name is Roger, working as a translator in Homeopathy for Health in Africa. It's now 5 years since I've been working with them, and I can find it's a real hard job to translate, listening to a patient and take it to the homeopathic technicians. I like this job because when we treat the patient and next time patient comes back and he's okay, he say all the symptoms are gone, he's happy. I really feel happy to see that. And I also like it because something new that I didn't know, and since I met Jeremy in Dar es Salaam, come to Moshi as a translator, I learn many things through them. I know what is homeopath. I can even help some people around in the street with like diarrhea, headache, fever. So I like it.
I've seen lots and lots of people with queues outside the door, and people come in one after the other who've had remedies and who have improved. It's been amazing for me to see so many people, and so many people have improved. What we need money for is just for that moment to bring all of us, the homeopath and the remedy, and to get us, have the clinic, to get us to that point where we can give the remedy and then see the person coming back the next month better and suffering less and sleeping better and eating less pain. That's it.
So overall, the project is doing very nicely. We're making progress. It's a long learning curve, a slow learning curve. And one thing you learn in Africa is that you have to be patient and take it step by step. Nothing happens fast. And everything has its own difficulties. But we're learning and we're persevering and we're moving forward. And this is thanks very much to all of your help, which we really depend on to keep this project going. If you can keep on supporting us, we will keep on going and doing what needs to be done here. When we came here, we thought it was a 6-month trip, but it's not. It's been 5 years, and it's only the beginning to do what we really need to achieve here. So please, if you can continue supporting us in that, you are part of this project. We are all in it together. Homeopathy for Health in Africa is for all of us, for Africa, for AIDS, and for homeopathy.
Thanks be to God.